Hello and welcome back. I'm Kate. Great to see you again, albeit virtually. So today's yoga class, we're just going to move, we're going to breathe. This is Ralph, he's decided to stay, but he'll be asleep in a minute because there we go, he's already gone. So just remember today to not work through any sharp pain, to be conscious and careful in your space, to acknowledge anything that comes up, to have a laugh if things feel a little bit wobbly, and to not compare yourself to anyone or anything else that you're seeing on the screen as you move. Okay, so we're going to start just sitting down today. So if you'd like to as well, don't forget you can always use bricks, props, books. They're really great aid, not at all a bad thing. So if you want to, if you have a brick or you have a book or you have even a cushion, you can just pop your tailbone on that brick or the cushion to elevate the hips. Now you can sit cross-legged here, or perhaps you even want to lengthen out the legs depending on what is more comfortable for you. We often sit cross-legged in a habit, so if you are sitting in the way that you would normally sit, try crossing the legs the other way and see how it feels. So, connecting to the space. We're going to place hands onto the knees here, or maybe even into your lap. If you'd like to, you can take a prayer to your heart center or even to your third eye, but remember, I offer you guidance in this class. You take what works and you just let go anything that doesn't connect. So from here, you're just going to take some deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale, just let it out through the mouth. Not forced, just your own space. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, just letting it go. Okay, so if you've got any frustration that you're holding on to, any stress, any tension, any fears, this is a really good time. Let it go. The ground has you. We're really going to connect to the earth. This is a vinyasa style of yoga, so we connect breath and movement, but always grounding down, never being anywhere where we're not stable, steady, safe, held by the earth. So just take 2 more deep inhale breaths here. Just allowing that stress to wash away with the exhale. 1 more deep inhale breath. Exhale. Really nice, well done. So from here, looking now to bring the fingertips down towards the floor. I've got short arms, so I'm going to get rid of the brick. If you have nice long arms and you can still touch the floor, then feel free to stay on your brick. Otherwise, coming to find a space where you're going to have contact with the fingertips towards the floor. Now again, if you still can't reach the floor here, that's absolutely fine. Find that brick, find that book, whatever you want to do, either side to help you there. So these props help you find that length into the joints, length into the skeletal system, your skeleton, into the muscular systems here in the body. So just finding that connection to the floor on those fingertips, finding length in the spine. So again, you might feel now that the belly is zipped in a little further into towards the back. If it's not, connect that belly button. Try to draw it back into the spine. That helps support you in the back there. Just finding that breath. Deep inhale, breath through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Being still can be really challenging. So just being aware of any annoyance that you're finding in being still. Acknowledging it and just letting it go with the exhale. Good. 1 more deep inhale, breath through the nose. Exhale, let it go. And on your next inhale breath, take the left arm up in line with your shoulder. Now, if it doesn't work to take it all the way up, you just take it to the point where it feels okay too. Take an inhale breath here. And as you exhale, bring the body weight over towards the right hand side. So if it doesn't feel good to have the arm extended, you just stay here, perhaps shifting the body weight over. This stretch is coming from the left hip. So it's not about bringing the ear over towards the floor. You're looking for a side stretch. So if you need to eke that right hand over a little bit, then feel free to. Chance for you to really play in your space. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring that left hand back down towards the floor. Inhale this time, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, gently easing your body weight over towards the left. Again, just going where it works with the arm. You might even want to put the fingertips on towards the shoulder. I really invite you to work with creativity in your space. Pulling open that right hand shoulder, take an inhale. Exhale, bring that right arm down. Just 1 more on each side. So inhale, you can really enjoy that connection as you bring the arm up. Exhale, maybe going a little bit further, not forcing it, still able to breathe. Inhale, bring that arm back up and over. Exhale, bringing it down. Inhale, sweeping the right arm up. Exhale, taking it over towards the left, but without that right right shoulder, trying to come forwards in an attempt to get the depth. So you're just focusing on that side stretch into the right hand side. Take an inhale, exhale, bring that right arm back down towards the floor. And then we're going to transition here into a tabletop position. So from your tabletop, you've got those fingers spread super wide into the floor. That's your hasta band and the hand lock into the earth. Pressing in, waking up those shoulders. Just find the right position here. Knees in line with the hips, shins pressing down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, take the tailbone back to a child's pose. So this is a resting pose. You can come back to this pose at any time. If it doesn't feel good to have the arms extended, remember you can bring the hands in line with the shoulders, maybe even towards the feet. Take an inhale breath here. And as you exhale, walk the hands towards the right hand side. So remember, if you have any knee, hip, ankle potentially issues, you can have the tailbone a little higher. From here, you're looking to stretching towards the left hand side of the body. Again, just keep the arms bent if you need to, if it doesn't feel good to have the full extension with the arms. Take an inhale. As you exhale, zip the belly in, walk the hands through the centre, take them to the left. Be careful of your space, maybe having a little glance up there. Just breathing into the back line, coming into that connection of movement and breath. So breath guides the movement. It's literally all yoga is. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back through the centre. Inhale, perhaps one last stretch forwards. And then exhale, come to a tabletop position here. So working into some cat and cows, mobilising into the spine. Press the shins down. Again, remember you're working in a way that is good for you and your body, so never through sharp pain. On your inhale, dip through the spine, lifting through the tailbone, lift through the crown of the head, just finding that sweet spot that works for you. As you exhale, press into the hands, tuck the pelvis, doming through the upper back, doming, bring the head through towards the chest. Inhale as your cow, just working with your breath, working with the depth that works for you, don't force anything. Exhale, tuck that pelvis, tuck that chin, remember you can take child's pose at any time. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, well done. Last one here, inhale. Exhale. Really good job. Inhale, coming forwards there to that tabletop position. So we're going to do some work now, a little bit of balancing work, so you just do what's right for you. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, extend the right hand and the left foot back. So you're working in opposition. Now you can stay here if that's as far as you want to take it today. Otherwise, take an inhale breath. And as you exhale, extend right arm and left leg. So you're looking to still have line here through the spine. Try to keep the spine long. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand down and the left knee down. So if the hand and the foot were still touching, you just bring them back. We're going to change sides. Take an inhale. As you exhale, place the left arm forwards and then the right foot back. If you'd like to take it further, inhale. Exhale, lift the left arm and the right foot off the floor. You can point those toes, you can extend through the fingers, palm is still open, fingers spread wide. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the left hand down, right knee down. So we're going to work with the breath maybe a little quicker, so just do what you can, don't worry if you get a bit lost. Inhale, extend the right hand, the left foot. If you'd like to take it further, you take those off the floor. Exhale, bring the right hand down, the left knee down. Inhale, extend the left arm and the right foot. Exhale, extending there. We're going to inhale, exhale down. So we're going to change the breath a little bit. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, extend right arm, left foot, lifting perhaps off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, bring right hand down, left foot down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, take left hand forwards, right foot back. Maybe lifting, extending it off. Inhale here. Exhale down. Well done. One more on each side. Inhale, extend right hand, left foot. Perhaps taking it off the floor. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale, bring right hand, left knee. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, left hand forwards, right foot back. Maybe lifting off. Inhale here. Exhale, bring left hand down, right knee down. Well done. Taking an inhale breath. Exhale, tuck the toes. Take the tailbone high into a downward facing dog. So first downward facing dog, perhaps pedaling those heels, finding a little length through the back line of the spine. Remember, if you need to take a breather, just come to a child's pose at any point, extending the arms, bending the elbows, or maybe taking the hands back towards the feet. So just finding that breath here, starting to really connect to the space. Really finding that strength through the fingers. Spread the fingers wide, hands in line with the shoulders. Don't worry at all about the depth of the heels. You're looking for length through the back line of the legs. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, perhaps lowering the knees a little bit further. Sorry, the heels. And then inhaling here, looking forward, softening the knees. Start to tiptoe the feet towards the top of the mat, coming into a ragdoll position. So remember, you can be up here if you need to be. Elbows can be on the thighs, perhaps even hands on the thighs. Or you can have a forward fold here, maybe finding a little bit more length in the back line of the legs. Maybe giving the head and neck a little shake. Just finding that place that works well for you. And then from here, just heel toe those feet slightly closer together. Bend the knees, take an inhale. Allow the head to be heavy. As you exhale, roll up through your spine one vertebra at a time. If you're working with any back issues, hands onto those legs, coming up with a flat back. If you're coming up through a spine roll, the head and shoulders come up completely last. Just rolling back up. And then coming to stand at the top of your space in Tadasana, that mountain pose. So feet together to touch. Palms face out forwards, maybe prayer heart center or even your third eye. So a really strong grounding place. And if you ever feel stressed throughout your weeks, your days, just come back to connecting your feet to the ground. Just remember, it's like your roots. You're rooting down into the earth. It's got you there. You're stable. So setting an intention if you'd like to for your practice, it's absolutely up to you. It just means to offer out your energy to someone or something who could benefit from it today. So maybe it's also sending yourself some kindness. Maybe you'd like to offer out the practice to channeling a certain energy into the rest of your day. Kindness, patience, whatever resonates for you. Just breathing here in the space. Looking now to connect to a breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Don't worry if the breath is lost slightly. Never be anywhere where you can't breathe. Take one more deep inhale breath. Exhale, let it go. And then on your inhale breath, open your eyes. Take the arms wide and high to the sky or just to where it feels comfortable. So maybe even just straight in front of you. Or you can take the arms up, maybe look up. Exhale with a flat back, forward fold down towards the floor. Don't worry about how bent the knees need to be. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands and then step the right and the left foot back and lower the knees. So we're going to have a play with the chaturanga today, the press up that we do in the vinyasas, which is that combination of the press up, the back bend and the downward facing dog. So we're just going to have a little play. If you've got any discomfort in the front line of your body, just be conscious here of working perhaps even with cushions underneath your chest or just not going the whole depth. So we're going to have a play. Take an inhale. As you exhale here, bring the chest down in line with the elbows. Keep the elbows tucked in as much as possible. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, try to press back up. Now, this might happen, and you get stuck, okay? Don't worry, you can just roll and come back up that way. Okay, come back and just shake off those wrists. So that's part of the chaturanga, the press up. But we're just going to have another play with that. Okay, take an inhale breath here, tip the weight forwards, and as you exhale, look to bring the chest down in line with the elbows. Inhale here, exhale, press. Again, do not worry if that happens all over again. You just get yourself back up in whatever works, a way that works for you without causing any pain. We're going to do one more like this. Take an inhale. Exhale, lowering down with control if you can. Keep those elbows in as much as possible. And then exhale, press. Well done. So now we're going to incorporate the back bend. So take an inhale here. Exhale, lower your chest down, your chin down towards the floor. Keep the tailbone up. And then just slide your tailbone back so you're lying completely flat on the floor. Forehead connected, inhale. Exhale, lifting up the chest here into a cobra. Your feet are flat, the legs are pulled up, but the hands are super light. So if this doesn't really feel good for you with your back, you can just come into a cow pose and a couple of cat poses, okay? Otherwise, you're here just looking for that extension and that lift through the chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower down slowly with control. Forehead touches, then inhale here. And as you exhale, you're going to press into the floor. Take your tailbone back to a child's pose. And then we return to a downward facing dog. And that combination of moves is the vinyasa. Okay, just breathing here. Now, if you've done this kind of yoga before, you're familiar with the movements. Be kind to yourself as you potentially rebuild strength. Okay, just have a play. It's a great time sometimes when we go through changes in life to really embrace something in a different way. So just have a little play with that there. Take one more deep inhale. As you exhale, look forwards, soften the knees and step the feet between the hands. So don't worry if you need to tiptoe them, okay? Or you can bend the knees a lot and then step forwards there. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, look up, or just take the hands to where feels comfortable. Exhale, hands down by your side, Tadasana. Here we go, we're going to try doing one breath, one movement. Don't worry if you get lost. Inhale, take the arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold down towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left, then the right foot back. Lower your knees, untuck the toes, bring that chest and the chin down towards the floor, like completely flat, or take some cat and cows if you'd rather. Inhale, lifting the chest into that cobra. Exhale, lowering down, press through the hands, seat to feet, downward facing dog. Remember, take child's pose if you need it. Otherwise, we're looking to stay here in your downward facing dog for a couple of breaths. So that breath work, really send the inhale to that back line of the spine. As you exhale, really elevate the hips, find length through the back line of the legs. Your gaze is between the feet, the knees, maybe up towards the belly button. But remember, you are working in a space in a way that works for you. Take one more deep inhale breath here. Exhale, maybe lift those hips one last little bit. And then inhale, look forward, soften the knees and step the feet between the hands or walk the feet forwards. So don't worry if you need to give yourself a little hand. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands down by your side, Tadasana. Great. So from here, take the feet wide of the mat, so heels on the mat, toes off the mat. We're going to come down into a squat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lowering the tailbone down between the heels. Now, this is a really challenging pose, especially if you're working with any knee, hip, ankle issues. So this is where bricks come in super handy. You can prop your tailbone onto the bricks or the books. If you have heels that are coming off the floor, you can either roll your mat up and place your heels on top of the mat, or use a towel or even a bit of discarded clothing, lying down, or a blanket. And then from here, you're just going to breathe into that hip space, okay? Super challenging because we don't really stretch into this area very much. If this feels too much for you and you're not appreciating it, it's not working for you, you can take it into a wide child's pose, a bit like a frog pose. So take the knees out in line, wider, than the hips, and then just take the tailbone back until you feel that inner thigh stretch. Now, just be conscious of if you do something different just because you just like a pose, see if you can work through discomfort. Discomfort is okay, sharp pain is not. There's a bit of a difference. So from here, just breathing, take one more deep inhale breath. Face is soft, jaw is soft. And then exhale, very carefully place those hands down on the floor, bring the knees down in line with the hips. Take a child's pose here, so having a counter stretch into the back. Sorry, just a little model, releasing the hips here. Well done, the sun's come out today, I'm going to blame the sun for that. Take an inhale, and then exhale, come forwards to a tabletop. You're going to pop your tailbone down. extend the legs. We're going to come into a forward fold here. Now this is where a strap or perhaps a towel can be handy if you've got quite tight hamstrings. So if you are quite tight in the hamstrings, you can take hold of the strap around the feet, holding it here, just looking to bring the hips forwards. If you don't need to do that, not a problem. Looking to flex the feet, finding length in the spine. Inhale, reach up with the arms, or you can keep the hands in line with the hips, whatever works for you. And as you exhale, forward fold here over the legs. Now again, it's not about how deep you go. You're looking to lengthen through the back line of the body. Just breathing in into any areas of tightness or tension. Making sure the shoulders aren't rounding forwards in the effort, keeping that length in the spine. Really keeping the belly engaged as well, supporting the back. As you maybe start to bring the upper body down over those legs. Take an inhale, find a bit more length. Exhale, maybe find a little more depth. And zipping the belly in, inhale. And as you exhale, walk those hands back towards the hips. Bend the right knee, place the sole of the right foot either on the inside edge of the left calf or perhaps into the inside edge of that inner thigh. So we're going to do another forward fold here. Careful that the tailbone isn't popping off the floor, and you want to find that length again in the spine. So inhale, find length, whoops, reaching up, and then exhale, you forward fold over that extended leg. Okay, now if you've got any compression into the knee that doesn't feel good for you, take that foot further away, likewise into the hips. Likewise, you can use that strap, okay, if you have one. Yoga kit now is actually pretty affordable, so, and often you can find it second hand, charity shops and things like that. Always good to keep an eye out for, what's the word, repurposed stuff. So inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, forward fold over that extended leg. Maybe feeling that opening there into the left hip, the right hip, or that extension there, that length into the left hand side. Take one more deep inhale, find a bit more length. Exhale, maybe find a little more depth. And then inhales at the belly and walking those hands back towards you there, bending that right knee up in line with the hip, just lengthen that left leg, just give that a shake. Sorry, the right leg in line with the left. Bend the left knee, place the sole of the left foot on the inside edge of the right thigh. Inhale, extending, reaching up with the arms. Exhale, forward fold here over those legs. And again, just finding that place where you can be quite still with the breath. So inhale through the nose, exhale, just surrendering down towards the floor. Good job. Inhale, finding length in the spine. Exhale, just surrendering down towards the earth. Maybe one more breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, bring the upper body down over that right leg. Zipping the belly and walking those hands back towards you there in your exhale breath. Extending the left leg, just give the legs a little shake. Maybe even just sitting back, giving the legs a little windscreen wiper. Again, just really working quite intuitively in a way that feels good. And then bending the knees, shifting the tailbone slightly further forwards. Rolling down with control. You can either do it without the hands, you can hold the thighs, maybe you want to place the elbows down, assisting you there towards the floor. Bending the knees, bring the feet in line with the hips, taking an inhale. As you exhale, pressing through the feet, coming into a bridge. So again, just really strong here into the glutes, into the hamstrings. Palms can help you by pressing down into the floor. If you'd like to take it further, you can interlace the hands underneath the back, press them down. But remember, nothing that's forced. Making sure the feet are still connected to the ground. Take an inhale breath here. Exhale, maybe elevate the hips one last time. Inhale. Exhale, lowering down slowly with control. Just windscreen wipering those legs. We're going to come into a spine twist here. So take the arms out in line with the shoulders. The arms can be extended, or if like me you don't have enough space to extend on both sides, make a little cactus shape with your arms. Okay, so either the arms are long, or you've got that bend in the elbows. If that doesn't work for the chest, you can just have the hands by your side. Take an inhale and then exhale, bring the knees up in line with the hips, keep the belly connected to spine. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the knees to the right and look to your left. So if that feels too strong with the knees up, take the knees slightly further away. Okay, if you'd like to increase it, you bring the knees up further. The right hand there can either be on the floor or you can take hold of that top left thigh And then maybe you look towards the left hand, looking to feel that twist in the spine, the opening into the chest. But remember, never forcing anything, never going anywhere that doesn't feel good for you. Take an inhale breath here. Exhale, just really surrender into that back space. And then inhale, zipping the belly into spine. Exhale, bring the knees to the centre. Maybe just reshuffling yourself into your space. And then take the knees to the left and look to your right. And again, don't worry if one side feels tighter than the other. It's really super normal. Again, maybe looking over that right hand side. Trying to find that balance on both sides. Just allowing the ground here to take away that weight again from you, that effort. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. And then inhale, zip the belly in. Exhale, bring the knees to the centre. Just place the feet back down. Just windscreen wiping those knees one more time. Hugging the knees in towards the chest, just positively reinforcing the fact you even got to the mat today. Just a little rock and roll up and down the spine if that feels good for you. And then coming to find your final Shavasana, coming completely flat on your back. Allowing the palms to face up towards the sky. Feet, ankles super loose. If it doesn't feel good to have the legs long, just bend the knees maybe, or even just sit cross-legged if you don't like lying down on your back or it's not feeling good for you. So from here, just taking deep inhale breaths through the nose. Exhale, just let it go. So this is your time now to really allow the ground to absorb any stress, any tension. Acknowledging anything that might bubble up for you and just almost witnessing it before letting it go. We talk about the monkey mind, the mind that tries to take over. But we have full control of our minds. So just acknowledging perhaps any negative thoughts that come in, just acknowledging them and sending them on their way. Instead, just flooding your body, flooding your space with that positive reinforcement for the fact you've got to do this class today. That ultimately all we can do is the very best that we can. There's no better than that. Really nice work. So if you have time today, you're welcome to stay in this space. Otherwise, just start to wriggle the fingers and the toes, bring a little bit of life back into the body, bending the knees, hugging the knees in towards the chest, just having a little rock and roll through the spine there, perhaps side to side. Just really easing a bit of movement back in. Rolling onto either side, your right or your left side, taking a breath here. And then very gently pressing yourself up to a seated position. Back to where you started, perhaps. Sitting in that cross-legged position, hands resting on the knees, maybe in the lap, maybe prayer heart center or even your third eye. Just coming back to your space here, taking a deep inhale breath through the nose. Exhale, letting it go. One more deep inhale breath through the nose. Exhale, letting it go. And then just acknowledging your practice in whatever way works for you today. Just making sure you really are reinforcing that positive energy back into yourself for getting to this class in the first place. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and or sleep well if you're just off to bed now. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.